Hello, good afternoon, or good evening, Thrive Hivers. Not a walk and talk today, but a sit and talk. And I'm going to talk about valuing ourselves, which is something that a lot of us probably don't do. We don't value ourselves very highly, we don't look after our self-care, we don't believe we're worthy, perhaps. So I want to share some of my personal journey over the past week or two, and also some reflections on a story that I'm going to tell, short story, and also an offer of how I may be able to support you to value yourself. So, as I said in my last walk and talk, I think, I'd kind of been burning the candle at both ends. I'd got to the point where I was overtired, partly through overwork and partly through some self-sabotaging behaviours, and that's led to a bit of a negative spiral, some anxiety around money, some frustration around my naivety, and some mistakes that I may have made in my business and how much effort I'm putting into the hive and stuff like that. I say mistakes because I like to frame them as learning opportunities. Actually, it's all good. None of this is a negative experience. So I got a message really around maintaining healthy boundaries for myself, balancing where I invest my energy, gaining some perspective on my expectations and other people's expectations around how much effort I put into the hive and what people get value out of, and what I need to be doing in order to maintain a healthy balance with effort in the hive, effort in my business, and looking at my college work and other stuff as well in my personal life. It's all about balance, always about balance. So I reached out for some help, and I was very grateful to receive some support and some wisdom from friends old and new, and that made me reflect on the concept of value, how we value ourselves, how other people value us, and particularly what can I offer. Somebody said to me, what's your USP? What is your unique selling point? What are your gifts? And it took me a little while to vocalize those, but I think I'm getting a clearer idea of what they are. So before I go into that, I'm going to tell this little story which an older friend reminded me of the other day, which I like, and it's called Knowing Where to Tap. So the story is that there's a huge ship in port and its engine has failed, so it's sitting in port for several hours with many passengers on board, anxious to get to where they're going. The captain wants to get moving. He knows he's losing a load of money by being stuck in port here. So the ship's owners try to contact one mechanic after another. None of them could figure out how to get the engine working. And eventually they brought in this old man who'd been fixing ships since he was a youngster. And he carried this bag of tools with him. And when he arrived, he immediately went to work, inspected the engine very carefully, top to bottom, and the ship's owners were there watching over him to see what they could pick up and what he was doing. So after he'd looked things over, the old man reached into his bag, pulled out a small hammer, and very gently and very precisely tapped a particular part of the engine, and immediately the engine lurched into life. He put his hammer away, the engine was fixed. So a week later, the owners of the ship received a bill from the old man for £10,000. And the owners were, what? All he did was tap it with a hammer? How can he possibly charge us £10,000? He was only here for a few minutes. He hardly did anything. So they wrote a message to the old man saying, will you please send us an itemised bill? We don't understand why you're charging us this much. Although they would have been very happy to pay £10,000 for any of the other engineers to work hard on the ship and get it fixed. So they got the bill, the itemised bill from the old man, and it says, tapping with a hammer, £5. Knowing where to tap, £9,995. So I like that, and I think the message behind it is that expertise, knowledge, life experience is incredibly valuable, and we can all make a fundamental difference to somebody's life if we just tap in to our knowledge, our experience, our skills, and our gifts. We've all got gifts, whether that's listening empathetically, supporting people, promoting people, compassion, any particular skills, knowledge you've got. It might be that just recommending a book or a podcast or saying the right sentence at the right time could really change someone's day. It could change the whole week, change the whole year, and even transform their whole life. I've seen this happen just by a tiny little intervention at the right time. And can we put a price on that? I think it is priceless, actually. We all have wonderful value. You have wonderful value, whatever your gifts are. We've all got our unique gifts, and there'll be something that you can do better than anyone else you know. There's some gift, some expertise, some knowledge that you have that could be really valuable, life-saving, transformational to somebody else. And I wonder, are you aware of what your gifts are? And if so, are you putting them into practice? Are you using them in your work, in your relationships, in your life? Are you making it count? And are you making it pay? Are you using those gifts as well as being just a skill? Is it your passion? Is it how you make money? And how much value can you put on that? Just like the old man in the story, you know where to tap with whatever it is, whatever your gift is, you know where to tap. And that gift is invaluable. So I'm thinking about one of my friends as well, who's a very accomplished musician. He's pretty big on the local music scene where I am. And I used to go along before lockdown to all of his, not all, but regularly to his open mic nights and the gigs that he did in pubs and stuff. And it's quite often charged around about £200 for a 2 to 3 hour musical set, whether that was an open mic night or just like a covered set of popular tunes. He knows so many songs, and people were surprised when he £200 for a couple of hours work. That's how can you charge £100 an hour? But actually, you're not charging for that time that he's there in the pub. You're charging for his gift. You're charging for the 10,000 hours of practice that he's put in to get so proficient at the guitar. He knows hundreds of songs off the top of his head, not to mention, trekking up and down the country, buying gear and all that type of stuff. But it's his gift that you're paying for, and it brings joy to people, and it can be transformational in itself of making someone's day better, making someone's week better, and just bringing some joy into people's lives. So for me, I've been coming back to reflect on my value. What can I offer? Where can I focus on providing that value? Not just from a financial perspective for me, but also just for getting my gifts out into the world. And not so long ago, I would have been a bit shy about speaking about my gifts. It might have come across as being big-headed, but I've had a lot of feedback recently, and it's resonated with me around what I feel my passion is, what my skills are, and I can offer openness, authenticity, presence, compassion, wisdom, not just from my own experience, but all the wisdom I've magpied from various sources. I haven't spent 10,000 hours on a guitar, but I probably have spent 10,000 hours reading, researching, listening to podcasts, going on courses, and gathering wisdom from other sources. And I've got a lot more confidence now in myself that I can offer value. It is what I'm passionate about, and I can support people just by being me and offering my gifts. And I had some lovely feedback today after a one-to-one with a client I've been working with, and I'm just going to read it out. It says, "Discovering your work and the Hive has had a life-changing impact for me. I admire your cause and deeply value it." So that was lovely to receive that, and it's nice to know I'm making a difference, and it just emphasises for me that I can make a difference, and so can you. We've all got that little hammer, and we know where to tap, and just having that confidence and being able to market ourselves and say, yeah, I know where to tap. I might not know where to tap all the time for everybody, and the same for you, but there'll be times where you can make a fundamental difference. So yeah, I'm confident that I am doing my life's work here, and I love it. It doesn't feel like work, but it kind of is work, and I do need to make an income from it. And I've let go of a lot of anxiety around that, and I'm now confident, more confident that everything will be well, and I just need to kind of put myself out there a bit more. So this is my first step towards doing that, and if you feel like you'd like some support, maybe I can help. It's a bit horses for courses sometimes. If you're looking to employ a coach or a wellbeing practitioner or somebody who can help you with your personal development, whether that's on an individual basis, with a family, or in your organisation, I might be the right person to help. I might not be. If you've seen some of my work, maybe you feel I am the right person, maybe you feel I'm not. But if you value yourself, then maybe you can consider investing in yourself. And maybe you'll feel like I can be that person to support you on that process, whether it's through supporting you with mental health stuff. I might be able to offer some strategies for coping with stress, loneliness, what's going on with this pandemic at the minute, isolation, anxiety, depression, other mental health issues. I'm not a fully qualified psychotherapist, so I can't offer you that at the moment, but I can offer you a lot of skills, a lot of strategies, a lot of stuff from my own experience and all the research that I've done and wisdom I've gathered from other people. Also parenting, I used to co-direct a family support company offering early intervention support around communication, well-being and relationships for families, and I'm still doing that now, so I need to shout about it a bit more. If you feel I can help you, give me a shout. Personal development stuff as well, helping you set and achieve goals, boosting productivity, focus, direction, holistic well-being. I'm not a nutritionalist, but I know a fair bit about nutrition and exercise, physical health, mindfulness, meditation, visualizations, creative imagination, all that type of stuff can be really useful in shifting blocks and getting a sense of clarity, focus, enlightenment, moving forward, progression. So yeah, all of that, and maybe just facilitating a safe space for you to explore, offering empathetic listening and supporting you through whatever process you are going through at the minute. So if you feel like any of that might be of use to you, and goodness knows we all need help at times. I reached out last week. I am now offering myself to you. So please do just message me or give me a call. We can have a free initial consultation. It could be transformational, a transformational tap of the hammer, and maybe that's priceless, So feel free to reach out. We can just investigate. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe it could be a life changer, like the feedback I got earlier on today. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for all the lovely feedback I've been getting. And do feel free to share the Hive with anyone else who you feel might be wanting some support. I might be the one who can offer some assistance. Okay, so go well. And what day is it today? Wednesday. So Thursday means we've got a guest. We've got Robert coming in tomorrow to talk about trauma. So 8 o'clock on the Hive tomorrow. Lots of interesting stuff from an internationally renowned NLP instructor and personal coach. So hopefully see you then. In the meantime, take care, go well, bye.